as far as the Maqaasid ul-Shari'ah, or the Maqaasid ul-Shari'ah, however you want to put it. What these are that all of the legislation, everything that Allah Ta'ala, He revealed and commanded the people with, are there to serve certain purposes. There are things that all of the legislation serve, that if we move these things away, as the Arabs say, تَخْرَبَ الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ, that the whole of this life as well as the hereafter will be destroyed. We won't find any type of nizam or things along these sorts as far as our lives, this life or our life in the hereafter. And, as we spoke about before, there are daruriyat, or those things that are necessity, that they are established. There are what they call the hajiyat, those things that are needed but they're not necessarily necessities. And then there are those things that basically complete establishing that which Allah Ta'ala has actually sent down the legislation to establish. And this is the general gist of what the Maqaasid ul-Shari'ah are, or the Maqaasid ul-Shari'ah. Now, the thing we need to understand is that all of the ahkam are tied to these maqasid. Allah Ta'ala legislated everything He legislated to preserve upon these things, so that these things can be established, so that these things can be protected. So sometimes we're going to find that the legislation, they go against these maqasid. And because of the fact that this sidam, or this these two things, they run into each other. Sometimes because of the fact that this happens, we leave off some of the ahkam. And this is legislated, it's from our deen. Just like when we were talking about the fasting. Fasting is something that is prescribed on everyone. But if you can't, for health reasons or medical reasons or things along these sorts, because the maqasid aren't being protected, Allah made it from His legislation that you what? That you don't fast. You understand? There are things that the ahkam have come, and because of the maqasid, they become either more recommended or wajib, or sometimes those things that are wajib are wiped away. And sometimes just the opposite. Sometimes things are haram. And because of the maqasid, these things become halal, these haram things become halal, and at times even wajib. Like the eating of pork for a person that's starving and about to die. Things along these sorts. Making a statement of kufr. If you're put in a dire situation because of the maqasid aren't being protected, then we leave off that particular hukm in that particular situation. You understand? The ghaya, or the end result, or the goal, is not the hukm. The hukm is that which is set there to protect the maqasid. And I hope that explains a little bit about the maqasid and why they're so important.